normal school, and then the picture of you walking, were you the one driving the truck that time?
Yes.
And that's what you told Officer Wolford, right? When she showed you it, okay? And then that was you walking.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have anything in your hands?
No.
No? Okay. So, Mr. Brown asked you if you were worried about Ed. Okay. How old is Ed?
I don't know. I think he's maybe in his 50s.
All right. So, do you look up to Ed?
Yes, sir.
Do you respect Ed?
Yes, sir.
And so, he's your elder.
Yes.
So, if he's out doing his thing, then he can take care of his own, right? Is that how you feel?
Yes. That's why when he told me just to wait there and I'll call you when we're leaving, and he never called me. I waited there. I waited there really, really long.
Okay. But you knew he was going to meet someone to make a deal, right?
What do you mean?
You knew he was going to purchase drugs.
Well, when he mentioned shipments, I think yes. Yes.
So he never actually stated, I'm going to buy some dope. He just said he's going to meet with someone.
Yeah, he told me he was gonna meet with a friend to get something. But he didn't mention to me what he was gonna get.
Okay. So you weren't sure what it was. But that's his business, right? Okay.
You have to answer yes or no.
Yes.
Right. And so you stated multiple times you weren't paying attention because out of respect. Is it out of respect that you're just letting him do his thing?
Yes, and I was also drunk.
Okay. So now, that incident that involved Donovan and your brother, you did say you were pissed off, right?
Yes.
But do you remember that you said you were pissed off because your little nephew was there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, they accused you of having a gun. Do you own a gun?
No, sir, I do not have my firearm ID. I don't have a firearm ID.
Okay, but do you have a gun?
No.
Okay. Did you bring a gun with you that day?
No. I believe that was something from in the car. I think it was a can. I was gonna throw a can off when he was gonna pick up a rock.
Oh, so you're gonna throw a can. And then, is that when the car backfired?
When my brother had to take off because he was about to launch the rock to the car.
Right. But do you recall that there was a backfire of the car?
Yes.
Right? And then they reported that you shot at them.
No, I don't have a firearm.
No, but that's what they claimed. That you shot a firearm at them. Shot at them.
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall that there was a lot of people there?
Yes.
Do you recall that when you went through all the discovery, the witnesses all said that they didn't see a gun, no one saw a gun? Or if you don't remember,
I don't remember, sir.
it's fine. Who was your lawyer in that case?
Peter Santos.
All right. So you didn't mention this game room guy to Officer Wolford. Why not?
At that time, I was shocked and I didn't know what really happened and what was going on. And when I made my statement, that's the only thing I had. I guess I rushed it because I also couldn't believe that happened.
All right. And so, when Mr. Brown said you were emotionless, is this how you normally are? Is this your normal demeanor? You just like low key? Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, is this your normal demeanor? You're just like low voice.
Yes.
Okay. Final question. So, when you said shocked, right? You were shocked. Does that mean you were in disbelief? That you couldn't believe you were being arrested? Is that what you mean by shocked?
Like, yeah, sort of, yes.
You couldn't understand why you're being arrested?
Yes, I was kind of shocked that happened.
Okay. Now again, sorry I said that was my last question, but again, I just want to ask you, do you want to see the real killer caught and brought to justice?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Mr. Brown, would you like a recross?
Yes, not too long, Your Honor.
Please.
So you had left your house with Mr. Pirando roughly 11 o'clock, 11:30?
I think so. I don't remember the time.
And you agree that you walking back home at 7:30 a.m. the following morning?
Yes.
Okay, so that means that you were either with Mr. Pirando or his truck for roughly 7 to 8 hours. Do you agree to that? From 11:30 to 7:30 in the morning?
I wasn't operating the vehicle. I was mostly at the beach.
But for a good portion of that time, you had driven to your house, back to the area across from 76, back to your house, and then eventually past Agate Village Mart, past the community center, and parked behind Mount Carmel, and then walked home. So that you drove quite a distance. With this person.
Yes.
How many times did you go home before dropping the truck?
We went home one time. That's when I really needed to use the restroom.
Did you go back home prior to dropping at Mount Carmel?
Well, I drove around the street. I drove around a couple blocks, and then I had to park. Also, had to park the truck because the truck was gonna ditch me. Like it was on gaslight.
Do you recall what you were doing between 5:30 and 7:30 a.m. that morning?
I don't recall. I don't remember. I was still waiting for Ed.
Did we watch that video with you where you're leaving your house at 5:30 a.m. in the truck past Agate Village Mart?
Oh yes, I watched that video.
So at 5:30 a.m., you're in the truck, you come back at roughly 7:30. For those 2 hours, what were you doing with the truck?
I just drove around the village.
Okay, how many minutes or hours were you at home before dropping the truck?
I don't recall.
What did you do at your house?
I was in the garage, just waiting for Ed. The whole time I was outside in the front of the house. I was by the driveway.
You recall your brother Lucas saying you're in the kitchen?
Yeah, I think that's when he was about to go to bed.
Did you get any assistance from your mother or your brother with disposing or taking care of stuff from the truck? A phone, wallet, weapons, clothing?
No.
Do you recall if you were soaking wet when you came home?
Earlier that night when I went to go buy charcoal at Heineken,
So you didn't come home wet at 2 or 3 in the morning?
I don't know. I don't know if I was wet, but I was wet earlier that night.
Do you know if your clothes were smelling bad at that point?
I don't recall.
Or you took off your shoes?
My shoes were soaked and wet.
No more questions, John.
Thank you. Mr. Santos, or?
Yeah, just one clarifying question.
Please.
So you drove around the ville or the village you were saying, and what was the reason for driving around?
Shit, Ed was around because Ed usually left where I could probably find him.
Okay. And then you said the reason why you parked the truck was it was about to run out of gas?
Yeah, it was on gas tank. But when
Did you ever go back to the agate side to look for it?
No.
Did you ever pass by his house?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Nededog, you may step down, please. You